Hello and welcome back to my channel, Kitten Up Kitten. I hope that you are all well and that you had a good weekend. I am filming on a Monday and so far I believe the hottest day of the year so far in the UK. So I hope that everyone has kept themselves safe and chilled. I am working today on Region Tree by Randal Spangler. This is a square drill diamond painting, 104 centimetres by 51 centimetres, so long, narrow, 41 by 20 inches, and I have got mine in my custom storage. So here's the thing, I bought all of this stuff to make my own storage a couple of years ago. And I've used it a couple of times now. Do you know what? I do like it because I can mix and match the pots. I've got plenty of all of them, but it's not ideal. I'm not going to lie. I'm quite happy to put my hands up and say that idea didn't work as well, but it's what it's kitted up in and I'm not changing it now. So I am also using today the pink extra large, the pink XL cook tray. Which are available. I think I've got one, maybe two on Etsy. All the details in the description box, as is all the information that you may need throughout my channel. I am also using a 3D printed pen. This is one of mine. It will be shortly coming to Etsy, so I'm just trying it out. This is a shorter shank pen. All the fancy words today. I've got a single placer and a 10 placer. I do like the 3D printed pens. This filament is just absolutely stunning. I will also have them available in other styles. So there will be the shorter shank pen with the diamonds on. There is the twist pen. The twist pen is very special. But in this instance, I've got it with multi-placer and single placer on. And then I will also have this shape, which I haven't tried yet. I haven't personally tried. All of these pens will come able to be fitted with both plastic and metal tips. So that's good, but yeah, there will be some of these available. I am finalising pictures, etc. right now. Welcome to my channel. Why don't you grab your whip? Why don't you grab your work in progress and sit down, get yourself a drink. Oh wait, it's fine. Just put me on pause. I don't mind. Go and get yourself a drink and sit down and we can talk about all things diamond painting related and whatever else comes into my head. I of course always say please do like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It really helps the channel out, and welcome to my new subscribers that I've gained in the last few days. I hope that you let's get going. Let's do this. So I have had an interesting weekend. I actually had my granddaughter stay overnight on Saturday, so I didn't get to do as much as I wanted diamond painting wise, but it is now Monday. Yesterday I did do some diamond painting and I was prepping for my next Heaven and Earth project. You will see videos on that going up over the next few weeks. But today it's all about filming the whip for Wednesday. Yeah, it's been interesting. Like I said, I've been trying new filaments. Thank you to input from a lovely lady called Lou. I've branched out to try some of the silk and I have to say this is beautiful. We've also been looking at colours for trays as well. We have found that some colours, as in this one, are beautiful in the pens, not so great in the trays. Okay, the colourway doesn't work. But you live and learn, right? So that's mainly what I've been doing. And I have also had a request to make more foam pens. So let me find a nice one, or a nice-ish one. So these are polymer foam clay. They are made using the basic pink pen inner that you get from everywhere. I make them by hand. I tend to make 12 at a time because I can store 12. And they are a lovely soft grip pen, so they're a bit squishy. Now what I did have, which I discussed with someone today, over time, okay, these foam pens are not designed to last forever. You know, it's a very spongy, and you will find over time they start to deteriorate. One of the other things is that people say, well, they get a bit grimy. Yes, they do. So here's a simple way of keeping your pen clean. You can simply wipe it over using a little bit of washing up liquid and a warm cloth. You can use anti-bac cleanser. You can use a wet wipe if you like. It will bring the colour back. I have just done this with this pen. This is the very first pen I ever made, and I've wiped it over today. You can see where there's a little bit of shine there where I've missed a bit, but it's come up beautifully. They will not last forever. You know, it is a very soft, but I love my foam, my polymer foam pens. So I will be making some of those in the next few days. I just can't do them today because it's too hot and the clay will start curing before I've even got them finished, but that will be coming. So yes, anything you may need. As you know, I am a Diamond Art Club affiliate. I am a Diamond Art Club snob. I don't do anything else now. So this is from Diamond Art Club. And I'm really enjoying working on this. And for the first time, I am only working on the one canvas, which is unusual for me. However, I do have news. Okay, so not last week, the week before, I ordered 2 new canvases, one of which I've unboxed, the other one I haven't. You won't see them just yet. And then this is where I've got to be careful. Then what happened is they released the Star Wars kits. If you are a Diamond Art Club fan, you will know what kits I want. And my husband is very much a, really, you need more diamond paintings? Because obviously he's helped me move them all around in the last few weeks. But I saw these come up. I showed him the pictures and he loved them. So, launch day last Wednesday, I managed to get on. He liked 2 of the 3. I actually did purchase the 2, but I told him that I didn't. I told him I couldn't get them. So my plan is they are arriving by Wednesday this week. I will be kitting one up immediately because I need to work on it when he's not here. However, I will not be putting the name of the kit in the description box. I don't think he will watch my videos. He has been known to come in on a live before if he's been at pub. But I don't think he does watch my videos, but I plan on doing them for him as a Christmas gift to put in the front room. So you will see, I'm having to break my rule already. I will be doing whips on that as well. Maybe not as often as this, but I will just be working on that when he's not around. Because I don't want him to see it. He thinks that he missed out. And he very rarely likes the pictures that I do. Now and again, he loved Polar Express. So that is our Christmas painting of choice. So he loves that one. And I think he liked a Snoopy one that Louise, I'm sure it was Louise that I got that from. He loved that picture. Absolutely loved it. But anyway. So the whole point of today is it is Whip Wednesday. So it does mean that I will be going through comments and questions that I've received in the last couple of weeks. Friday there will be my DIY DP weekly video going up. But I'm doing quite well. I'm quite far ahead with videos. So like the Monday videos, which tend to be the other stuff, you know, kitting up, kitting down, that sort of thing, I'm sorted for the next 6 weeks. I'm so far ahead. So it is just the whip on a Wednesday and the DIY DP ones that I struggle with. But I've already done this week's DIY DP, so I'm ahead. It's all good. And I'm trying to get them done around the building work as well. So I think that's it for personal wise. I am enjoying being at home in this horrendous weather. And diamond painting. I've been on TikTok this morning, just chatting. But yeah, that's about it. So if you're a Diamond Art Club, if you like Diamond Art Club and you haven't purchased from them before, the link in the description box will give you a discount from your first order. It will also generate a small amount of commission for myself. As I've said many times before, any money that is generated from my diamond painting channel from YouTube goes straight back in. That also includes any donations to buy me a coffee, and obviously sales from my Etsy shop. It all goes back in just to help me get more paintings, because I wouldn't be able to afford to do it otherwise. So I've been very lucky. I'm not someone that has a massive stash. So for me to buy 4 paintings within 14 days is highly unusual. But I do need to unbox them and that. So I'm just going to hope that hubby doesn't notice. But he's going to love them. They're quite simple paintings as well. They're only, one of them is 27 colours. So I can kit it up in a small kit. It won't be difficult to hide. Yeah, can't wait. Really should do the other unboxing. That's down the end here at the minute. So I'll get around to it. Anyway, let's go to comments and questions, because I haven't done that for a while. I'm just going to find the first comment. So first of all, we have Mandy Moran. This is on DIY DP Weekly. She says, Sam, you're doing amazing. The end is near. Have a lovely weekend. Thanks, Mandy. You know better than anyone, you know, that how it feels when you get to that end bit. It's amazing. I also had emojis from both Sarah Hardy and Jan Beale, so thank you for putting those up. I know people say all the time, you know, I like to mention that you've put emojis up, because even though a lot of the time it is just so that you know you've watched that video, people don't understand the impact that commenting or liking a video has on YouTube. Literally, the more likes you get, the more comments are made, the more people see your content. So it even if you only do it to keep track of what you've watched, it helps me so much. So I'm very, very grateful. So to Sarah and Jan, thank you for consistently, you know, liking and putting your emojis on. It really does help. I will get there. Okay, next I have got Darcy Foster. She says, hey, good morning, Sam. Just watching you trying to straighten out the rows in the drawers. Had an idea to keep them in line. Foam board cut into narrow lengths for each drawer will keep the rows lined up to look prettier. Fabulous, fabulous comment and a very good tip. I'm not sure, because I've been filming ahead and splitting stuff up. I actually did put cardboard inserts into the drawers in my normal drills, and it has helped. Haven't done it for the ABs and that yet, because that is a very new collection system. That's a big word for me this morning, but I will, because those cards are even narrower. The other option, of course, would be to have cards custom made for that storage, but I don't think that's necessary. I'm just a bit of a weirdo when it comes to things like that. But thank you, very, very good advice, Darcy. I hope that you're doing okay, and that you're enjoying your paintings. You know, from the lovely... Hang on, let me just check. From the lovely Betsy. I then have emojis from Bassing Girl Crafts. Thank you very much. Catherine Mola. Also, thank you very much. Jan and Sarah as usual. I love getting the emojis. It's so nice. We then go to comments on Whipping Wednesday from Lead Me Tonight. Mandy says, hi Sam, hope you're well. I feel exactly the same when a painting comes to end. Just need to get it finished. Hope the building work goes smoothly. Yeah, I still haven't, or have I? I have a sheet up here. What have I got? Right, so I have filmed the kitting down of Lead Me Tonight now, and I truly don't feel like the painting is complete until I've done that. So that is now done and will be coming up soon. But I love the feeling. I'm going to throw something at my dog in a minute. Pepper, stop. Oh, never known any dog make as much noise as this dog does when she's like chewing on herself. Yeah, it's never complete until I've kitted it down. I do have the kitting down of Aphrodite to do as well. I just need to get the storage back off my friend. I also need to give her a storage case because she is planning to buy more. The building work. Like me and Ashley have never had a big build done before. We've had smaller things like we had the rewiring done. That was like 10 days. We had the fire put in, which was a couple of days. We've had those little bits and pieces, but we've never had a big build. The first week, nothing got done at all. They were just behind on their last job. The second week, we had the builder come and spend 3/4 of an hour digging, and he then disappeared for the rest of the day. But since then, we have had some work done. This morning, a bunch of bricks and breeze blocks and sand turned up. But the builders were here for a little while and then they disappeared again. So I don't know. As long as it gets done, I'm managing. What I'm struggling with the most is not having a dishwasher. The dishwasher is currently in the garage. Mum has rigged up the washing machine so that we can at least do washing. So that's helpful because obviously my job as a cleaner means that I have an awful lot of cloths to wash and uniform and all that sort of thing. So we can at least use that, which helps. So it's going. Whether it's smooth or not is a matter of opinion. I'm also going to give some loves. Catherine Molish says, hi Sam, just jumping on to say hi. Thank you very much. Hi back to you. Betsy McLeod. You all know I love Betsy. She says, this is on a whip on Rock of Souls by Robert Nito. If anybody watched that video, then you will know that I burped partway through. So classy. But do you know what? It's what happens, isn't it? You got to let it out. I mean, I'm actually quite grateful it was a burp and not the other end. But anyway, the lovely Betsy, she is a massive contributor to this channel. She has contributed paintings during the events. She has helped out subscribers of mine with canvases. Incredibly generous lady. She helps me out. She single-handedly most of the time funds my purchases. She really does help through buy me a coffee. She's not the only one, but she's the only regular one, and it is always appreciated, very much so, because, you know, I want this channel to go as far as I can take it, and it does fund my diamond painting. I couldn't do it, with the exception of the ones that I got from the Star Wars set. I paid for out of my own pocket because they're a present for my husband. But, you know, I haven't this year paid for a single diamond painting myself. It has all come through the generosity of subscribers and through the money that I now get. Although it's not much, it is enough for me to buy a couple of diamond paintings every couple of months. So thank you for your contributions, Betsy. She says, what a pleasant video, burp and all. I truly enjoy your videos, as spontaneous as they are. You have to get the family engaged in food prep or you'll go mad. Take it from a mad lady. Love you. Thank you, Betsy. Right back at you. I will say it hasn't panned out quite like I expected. I can say this today because my mum doesn't watch these videos. My mum is absolutely impossible at following a recipe. She did one the other day, and I absolutely know that that recipe called for a bit of time for the sauce to thicken, and literally she took that sauce and she added gravy granules to it because she couldn't be bothered to wait for it to thicken naturally. And she's always doing stuff like that, and it invariably goes wrong. So she will not be making any more of the meals because at the end of the day, it's all set out for you. You've got all the ingredients that you may need. And if you can't do that, then I'm not going to let you do it because it just ruined what could have been a really nice meal. Kat, however, has been helping, and she has done some cracking dishes. So, you know, thank you to her. But it also helps her for when she moves out, and it inspired her. The other night she did a lovely salmon and rice dish that she did from scratch for herself, and she said it was really tasty. She really enjoyed it. So it has helped, but the majority of the cooking is still done by me. We have cut it down to 4 a week, sorry. For the simple reason that on a Thursday, they always have pizza because I normally go to Circle. On a Friday or Saturday, we very often have a simple chuck it in the oven thing out the freezer. So yeah, 4 boxes is more than enough to keep us going. 4 meals, sorry, not 4 boxes. Could you imagine? 4 boxes, it cost me a fortune. But yes, between the boxes and me going normal shopping, we're spending about the same amount. So, and we are not getting takeaways. That's the other thing. So we're actually saving money there as well. Because I'm not being funny. The box for 4 meals for 4 people is about the same as your average 4-person Chinese meal. And we used to have takeaway at least once a week. So we are saving money, which is good because we need it for this building. So there we go. We're giving emojis to everybody as well. Let's go back out of there. Bassing Girl Crafts. She gave me some music emojis, so I'm guessing I burst into song at some point during the video. That was working on this last time. Normal. That's normal for me. I do it all the time. Somebody will say something and it will prompt a lyric from a song, and that's it. Just the way my head works, but thank you. And then we have emojis again from Sarah Hardy. Thank you, Sarah. I do hope, Sarah, that your that your treatment is going well. And I do wish for you to get back to diamond painting as soon as possible. I am thinking of you, and I do put you in my prayers. There are a couple of people that I put in for the healing at Circle each week. Sarah is one of them. Penny obviously is another. And then we have, I put Mandy in because I know Mandy also has some issues. And you can always, if you are watching and you would like to have your name put into the prayers at my Circle group, please just ask and I will. Then we have, okay, this week. So first of all, we have the comments on Reading Tree. Right. I'm not one of them people that normally goes off on a massive rant or anything. But sometimes I'll say something and it will, you know, people will pick up on it. And I don't mean to do it to be inflammatory. I just really struggle. And I'm not going to go into the whys and wherefores. I am quite a positive person. I will say, no, I'll do this in a minute. I'll do the comments first. So I was talking about having health problems. Right, number one. No, let's not do that. Let's just do the comments. So first of all, Mandy Moran, she said, hi Sam, starting mine today. So Mandy is starting her Reading Tree. The odds are she's probably further on than me already because she's quite fast. She says, starting mine today. So brilliant. She said, I agree with you on the health front. Fibro is awful. But double that with chronic fatigue, underactive thyroid, disc protrusion and degeneration of the spine. It is extremely painful and debilitating. Agree. Absolutely. I have fibro. I have osteoarthritis, which affects my hands, my knees, my hip, and hands, knees, hip and ankles. So I agree. I don't have chronic fatigue. Underactive thyroid, no, but I do have an autoimmune condition of the thyroid, which cannot be treated at this point. And I don't have disc protrusion or anything. But she also says, you must keep moving. I agree. As difficult as it is, I agree. Even if all you do is get up and walk from one room to another. If you do it gradually, little bits at a time. And this is the whole reason I did the whole, I'm going to get my next colour in because if I don't, I will just go crazy cray. I'm going to do me A's. This is the whole thing about where hashtag just 5 minutes comes in. I have those things. And I have a physical job. Do I struggle with pain when I'm doing my job? Of course I do. It's a physical job. But I find as a sufferer of those things, so it's not like I'm, you know, a doctor that doesn't have that condition saying this is what you do. The first 2 years leading up to my diagnosis of fibromyalgia, I was really struggling. I needed a stick because my knees and ankles felt weak, felt like they couldn't support me. I was feeling incredibly tired all the time. I wasn't sleeping. I had chronic insomnia. So the pain felt worse. I had all over body pain. I literally felt like I had the flu. And that someone had put me into a massive pond of mud up to my neck. Everything felt so hard. So it's not an overnight thing, but over the course of the following couple of years, things happened. They sent me to a physio and I was taught exercises to help keep those muscles as strong as I could. And I have learnt over time, I have had various levels of pain relief and various tablets. And I'm now at a point, and it sort of took me 3 or 4 years, I think, to really get to a point where I could start being physical again. It takes attitude. You need to have a positive mental attitude. If you do not, you will never achieve anything. And do you know what? This is what I was saying in that video. Let's say I sit in this chair for the entire time I do this video and I do not move. When I get up, if I sit here for an hour, when I go to get up, you would think I was 80 years old because everything has frozen. Everything has started to hurt. However, if I sit here, and I'll have pain, that will be painful. Do you know what I mean? If I sit here for 25 minutes and then I pause the video and I go off and I wash a few pots up, I will then come back in, by which point washing them few pots up, drying them, putting them away. By the time I come back to my desk, that has eased again. So then I'll sit down and I'll do another half an hour. I don't do it all in one go. Know your limits. That's it. Am I saying that every single person who has fibro has the same level of pain and the same mobility? No, I am not. What I'm saying is, if you never try other things to try and get past it, if you sit there and go, oh, I've got fibro and that's going to hurt, so I'm not going to try, and that's going to hurt, so I'm not going to try, and that's going to make me feel bad, so I'm not going to try, you're always going to have pain. Let's face it, if you've got fibro or any chronic pain condition, nothing will take that pain away. You have to learn to manage it. And I choose to manage my fibro. I know how far to take it. Tomorrow is my longest work day. It's 7 hours of cleaning. That's not including travelling. That's not including going and picking the keys up in the morning. At the end of that 7 hours, I will be shattered. I will be in pain. I will ache. I will come home. I will do dinner. I will go to bed. And I'll wake up the next morning and I'll feel a bit stiff, but I've got a shorter day, so it's not too bad. Know your limits. Okay, sorry. Sorry, Mandy, I went off on a thing. She says, you must keep moving. I am not my failing body. I am me, and it's not going to win. Well done, you, Mandy. Absolutely. Obviously, some days are harder than others, but you have to get up and move. It ain't good sitting around. All it does is make you miserable. Here, girl. I'm with you. I'm getting passionate about this because it really is important to me. And I think it's the biggest thing that I can do with this very small platform that I've got. If all I can do is help others highlight the just 5 minutes thing, then that's what I'll do. She also says, I try and go for a nice walk most days in my local forest. The worst thing I find with illness, it makes me bloody angry, especially with doing physical jobs, and I do find this hard anyway. Have a lovely week. Thank you, Mandy. You have literally said everything. And that tells me that what I was saying came across the right way. I am not going to sit here and say to someone who's in incredible pain, who may not have slept more than 2 hours the night before, I'll get up and go for a walk for half an hour. That's not what I'm saying. Just 5 minutes. Have you got a chronic pain condition? Maybe it's chronic fatigue. Maybe it's fibro. You know, whatever it is. Maybe it's arthritis. Whatever it is, just 5 minutes. Okay, so if you are feeling down and you are feeling depressed and miserable, the NHS even say nowadays, get out for 20 minutes. But if you've got chronic pain, just 5 minutes. So you can sit in your chair diamond painting. I absolutely hope that you do, because my business, my YouTube career depends on you sitting down and watching my videos. So sit there. half an hour. Set your alarm. You've got a mobile phone. Set your alarm for half an hour. And in half an hour, get up and go and do something else for 5 minutes. So wash some pots up, clean the kitchen sides off, hoover one room. I know you can hoover one room in 5 minutes because I do it every day. And then go back and sit down again. And then change your attitude, okay? I do not sit here. I can, if you want me to. I'll sit here and I'll go. I can't do nails because my thumbs hurt so badly when I'm doing people's nails that I could cry. I can't squat down to the floor and push myself up because my muscles aren't long enough. I can't have penicillin if I get an infection because I'm allergic to it. I don't focus on those things. Don't focus on what you can't do, focus on what you can. I can sit here for half an hour non-stop and film me diamond painting. I can do that. I can get up and walk to the kitchen sink and wash pots for 5 minutes. I can get up the stairs and walk back down 3-4 times a day. I don't focus on what I can't do. There's no point. Where's it going to gain me? And you know what? Just like Mandy, I'm not going to let my health issues define me. So I will keep doing that physical job until I can no longer do it, because it does me good to get out of the house. It does me good to see people. It does me good to keep my body moving. That's the trick. So thank you. Thank you to Sarah Hardy, who also liked it. Thank you to Louise, Diamond Desert. She says, hi Sam, I'm lucky that I don't have any of those illnesses, but I agree with you. Whining and moaning would not change anything. Like you said, focus on what you can do. Thanks, Lou. Really appreciate that. It is exactly that, because it's not going to get you anywhere. And before anyone jumps in that doesn't know, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia at 32. Yeah, 32. So nearly like 21 years ago. 21 years. And I had exactly the same thing. The arthritis has come along a little bit later. But do you know what? I'm still going. And I will continue to keep going. Am I upset I can't do nails as a job anymore? Of course I am. You know, I loved doing nails. I loved being a nail artist. It wasn't even a nail technician. I was a nail artist and I absolutely adored it. But the truth of the matter is my hands are getting worse and I've got to go with it. And what I don't want to do is be doing people's nails and do them badly because of my hands, because that's not nice for them either. So I'll find something else to do. That's the way of life. Dotty Diva, the lovely Billy, she says, funny. Yes, agree, people sign up for shows and know what it's all about, but still they complain. I wonder how much is scripted, because it'd be boring if it ran smoothly. Who knows? Exactly. This is true. That is a very good point. I don't know how much is scripted, but it drives me absolutely freaking mad. You know, don't tell the bride. Purpose of the show, if you don't know, is that the groom is given a budget and he plans the whole wedding. The bride knows nothing about it, so he picks entertainment, her dress, all of that stuff. And then you'll see some bride, she'll go off to a bridal shop and she'll be trying on wedding dresses. I hope he chooses something like this. And then they get upset when he doesn't. Well, do you know what? You can't get upset about it. You knew that this would happen. You knew you wouldn't get a choice. Stop whinging. Stop bitching. No time for it. I have no patience for it. And I'm not going to apologise for that, because do you know what? I just don't. Oh, yeah. Whatevs. That's all I'm saying. She says, yes, I have arthritis and fibro, but I work through it. I love DP, do it most of the day. Love being retired. Hugs, Billy. Oh my God, I need to be retired so bad. Today is, like I said, one of the hottest days of the year so far. I have been sat at this desk on and off now since I don't even know what the time is now, since about 8:30 this morning. But I've got up and I've done some washing up, actually, not washing. I've also been outside because I got a massive bag of cuttings from a St. John's wort bush from a cleaning client, and it's been in a bag sweating for the last few days. So I've been out there today stripping the leaves and the buds off because I want to dry it for tea. It's very good for you, St. John's wort. Incidentally, St. John's wort tea is also very good for menopausal symptoms. So I've done that as well. So I've just been backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. I've got the printers going. It's all about learning your limitations. And here's the thing. If you are at the start of your chronic pain condition, keep a journal. Okay, so if I go out to Circle, I would write in my journal, went to Circle, did this, did that. I feel my pain's at like a 4 out of 5. You need to write it down. You need to plan what knocks you out and what doesn't, because that will determine, you will learn. I know that if I go for a wedding for a weekend, that I'm going to be absolutely knocked out for at least a couple of days after. Number one, because I like wearing heels. Number two, because I don't take my medication if I'm drinking. Also, if there's travelling involved, that has an effect. But I know what I can do. I know what I can get away with. Does that mean that I never overdo it? Of course not. Don't be ridiculous. We all do that. But I'm not being funny. Last year, when we went on that holiday and we went on that ridiculous 10-mile hike, would I have even known that I could do a 10-mile hike? No, I didn't. But it was a mistake, and I did. Did I pay for it the next day? Absolutely. But do you know what? I stayed at the caravan for the next day, so it wasn't a biggie. You work with what you've got, right? So thank you to everyone who commented on that subject. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, if all I can do is promote a positive attitude with chronic pain, then I am happy. Because it does. And I don't want anyone to think that I don't have days where I can't. It's rare. I don't have many days where I can't get out of bed at all. Usually if I do, it doesn't even tend to be the fibro. It will be headaches. I don't cope well with, I get optical migraines and I sometimes get bad headaches. The headaches themselves aren't a migraine. I don't get pain with the optical migraine. But I do get headaches and, you know, sometimes I just go to bed. But it's rare. It is rare. And less in the summer, because obviously with fibro, arthritis, a lot of conditions like that, it's usually much better in the summer when it's warmer because it reacts well to heat. So in winter, when it's a lot colder, that's when I get more problems, I have to say. So the season has a lot to do with it. Also shout outs for Sarah again, and Billy, and I think that's it. And then today, literally an hour ago, the unboxing went up of, what's it called? Summer Rose. I love that. Got it off Penny. D-stash. Like, every time I go over there, it's like, you got any D-stash? What you got? What you got? So beautiful painting, so thank you to Penny for that. But we had a comment, or I had a comment from Diamond Painting Tessa. She said, love this painting. I love how it's all in pastel colours. Same. It's so pretty. So pretty. So thank you for that. And that is it for the comments. So yes, off my soapbox now. Off my soapbox. And it's I think I have a delivery coming today, but I can't remember what it is. I did do a video on getting prepped for my my next Heaven and Earth project. So I printed off some sheets, some printed sheets, and I thought they were the right size, and then it was pointed out to me that they're not, and I agreed they were not. I then ordered a pad of paper, but when it arrived it's quite busy, and I know that I will struggle with my eyes with it, so I spent ages yesterday creating a sheet to use, and I can finally say that I managed to find one. I checked it, I double checked it. So I now have, again, my sheets of graph paper. They have got the double-sided tape on them. They are all ready to go. So all I need to do now to get started on my next project is to finish my current one. So there will be a whip coming up on that as well. So thank you to everyone who has watched, and I'm going to leave it there because I kind of feel like I don't want to take a break. I just want to crack on and get some diamond painting done today. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you to everyone for watching this. If you're still with me, please do, please help me out with a like and a subscribe. If you haven't done so already, pop me a comment so I can read out your comments next week. And I will be back soon with another video. I do hope that you all have a wonderful week this week. And I look forward to talking to you soon. And I've just put those on the wrong one. Why would you not, Samantha? Come on. Is that right? That one's wrong as well. Oh my word. Now I'm concerned that I've put all of these on the wrong one. No, that's one. That's one. No, that's right. Oh, maybe I didn't. Yay! So yes, keep an eye out for pens, etc. But I will do a launch video when I'm ready to launch everything. So I think you guys are going to love these pens. They are beautiful. That is it from me. I will see you soon. It is, as always, over and out from this Kitten Up Kitten.